Hola de Colombia. Yes, we are continuing in the Colombia series. This clip may look familiar. This is where we ended our last video. If you haven't seen the last video yet, go ahead and check that out. Today we're continuing our activities and we're starting out with Parque Arvi. The main reason I decided to come here is because you actually traverse via metro cable. Our journey to Parque Arvi started at the Acevedo station. Medellín has a comprehensive transportation system and is the only city in Colombia that has a rail-based metro system. Once at the station, we purchased our rechargeable metro card for approximately 10,000 Colombian pesos at the ticket booth. With your rechargeable metro card, you can access the metro cable cars, the trains, and the buses throughout Medellín. When we purchased our rechargeable metro card, we spent approximately 86,400 Colombian pesos, and that's just because we told the lady at the ticket booth all the places we were planning to go to, and she just calculated all the money that we would need for the day. And that was great because with the money on our card, we were able to travel to Parque Arvi and back, and also travel to Comuna 13 on the same day. So instead of having to go back to the ticket booth every time you need to travel, you can just put enough money on your card, as much as you think you might need, and if you're not sure, you can always ask the person at the ticket booth to do the calculations for you. Another thing I wanted to share is that we used one metro card for 2 persons, my partner and I. So all you need to do if you have more than one person is to swipe your card and then pass the card over to the next person, and then they'll swipe as they go through the gate. That way, you don't have to buy a metro card for every person you're traveling with, because there's a cost to the metro card separate from the cost to travel from destination to destination. To get to Parque Arvi from Acevedo, take the metro cable all the way to the Santo Domingo stop. There are about 2 stops before you get to Santo Domingo, Andalucia and Popular, but you don't come off the metro cable until you get to the Santo Domingo stop. Once at the Santo Domingo stop, you transfer to the next metro cable that takes you all the way to Parque Arvi.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yes.
The sky is so beautiful.
This is a nice photo op. So in case you're wondering why we even came here, Parque Arvi is one of the most popular tourist attractions in Medellín. It's a large nature reserve on the top of a hill. It's popular for its forests, plants, ecosystems, and people love to go on picnics, cycling, horseback riding, nature trails, hiking, experience the nature tours. They also have a local market with some local produce, handicrafts, and souvenirs. I always love the opportunity to support the locals, so let's go get some fruit. So if you love hiking or you're into botany or you just love nature, I suggest you take one of the nature tours where you get to see orchids, endemic species, and just go hiking in the hills. I do love those things, but I just wasn't in the mood for hiking or a tour on that day. So if you're like me, I still recommend you visit Parque Arvi, even if it's just for the cable car, because at least I was able to experience a cable car ride for the first time, and the views were amazing. And even if you're not hiking or going on a nature tour, you're still able to experience the grounds and you get to support the locals. That's always a plus. Hola. So therapeutic to look at nature. Just stare at it.
That's the person that is bougie.
Look, says the person who is bougie. Ay, porque se para. Poor thing. The bumpy thing scares her. Wow. Wow.
What do you think I've been filming then?
Ay, Dios mío.
For fear of height.
Close your eyes. Ay, porque se para.
Yeah. I'm already filming you.
Okay, look, she's stressed right there. You hear that wind?
What is the other thing called with the kite? The one where you're laying and not sitting? I thought that was paragliding. No, parasailing is on a boat, where they pull you with a boat. It looks like a kite.
Oh, you open your arms like this, right? No?
Sometimes.
What? You don't know which one I'm talking about, that's why.
Sometimes.
There's one where you just open your arms like
No. That's something else.
Exactly. It is a thing.
It is a thing, but
that's not right, it's not rubbish. Guys, am I wrong? Huh? He's asking about the thing. He can't explain the thing other than saying kite. So I must know what you're talking about. Ricky Baker. Alright, that was a lovely scenic metro cable ride. We're back at the station. We're at the Acevedo station and now we're going to take a train to Comuna 13. To get to Comuna 13 from Acevedo station, we took the A train in the direction of Estrella and came off at the San Antonio station. At the San Antonio station, we switched to the B train in the direction of San Javier and came off at the San Javier station. Listen, I don't know what was going on this lovely Sunday afternoon, but we were traveling between 2 and 3 o'clock and the train stations and the trains were extremely crowded. Little did we know that this was just a preview of what was to come at Comuna 13. Just keep watching. You'll see what I mean. Now that we've finally made it through San Javier station, at this point you have a few options. You can walk about 10 minutes up to Comuna 13, or you can take a bus, a taxi, or call an Uber. Also, there are local tour guides who are waiting right outside San Javier station to offer you a local guided tour. You can definitely choose to go that route, but we decided that we wanted to explore Comuna 13 for ourselves, so we declined the tour offers. Pero tu actitud no es tu mejor virtud. Baby, si comparamos no habrá similitud. Tú te comportas a lo yo soy cool, pero no está cool perder algo por tu ingratitud. San Javier reminds me so much of the typical transportation hubs in Kingston, Jamaica, like Halfway Tree, Crossroads, downtown Kingston. It's so similar in terms of the congestion of traffic, walking traffic, vendors, the noise, the chaos. It just gives me a vibe that feels like home. So we decided to call an Uber because we thought it would have been the quickest and easiest way to get to Comuna 13, given that Comuna 13 is on a hill. So the walk would have been on an incline. Plus, we weren't 100% sure where we were going or what we were looking for, even though, yes, I know we do have Google Maps, but we just decided that Uber would have been the easiest way. So we thought. Again, I don't know what was going on or if this was a typical Sunday in Medellín, but we got to a point where the traffic was at a standstill. No cars were coming or going, to the extent that the driver said, "You guys are gonna have to start walking because this traffic is going nowhere." So we had to come out of the Uber and start walking, and sure enough, there were several other people who were walking to and from Comuna 13.
Para que compramos paletitas.
Welcome to Comuna 13. Not quite what we expected, but this trip has sure had its fair share of unexpected events. Comuna 13 is undoubtedly another must-see when in Medellín, Colombia. The reason we and obviously so many other people visit Comuna 13 is its history. Comuna 13 was once run by violent gangs and guerrillas, and in the 1980s and 90s, it became known as one of the most dangerous areas in Medellín. It was known for drug trafficking, extortion, murder, kidnapping. Today, Comuna 13 is actually one of the safest places in Medellín, as the people may tell you. It has been completely transformed due to the dedication and the commitment of the government of Colombia and the people of Medellín. They fought relentlessly to take back their community from the gangs and the guerrillas, and they succeeded. All over the walls of Comuna 13, you will see amazing art done by the locals, which they've used to help tell the stories of their history. One really remarkable thing the government did was to make Comuna 13 more accessible for the people who live there. This community is on a hill, so it's a far walk from the city center, and the government installed cable cars as well as escalators in the midst of the hills so that the people could traverse easily. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was really looking forward to the graffiti and the escalators and really just learning more about the history of Comuna 13. So it was a bit disappointing to see so many people we could hardly see, we could hardly walk, we had to push through crowds. It was clear to me that we weren't going to have the experience that we were looking forward to. So we were gonna have to come back to Comuna 13 another day. Keep watching the videos in the Colombia series and stick around so you can see what my Comuna 13 experience was like the second time around. After Comuna 13, we headed straight to El Poblado in search of food. It was a long day. If you watched the last video, you know that we also did paragliding on this same day. So we were all too happy to head to this ramen restaurant that we found close to Parque Arvi while exploring in El Poblado the day before. These shrimp and vegetable dumplings were okay, but we actually thought we were ordering steamed dumplings when we ordered them. Given we only had fruit at the Parque Arvi local market earlier, we weren't looking to have anything fried, but what can I say? We were hungry. We ate them. The restaurant was cute, but the food was okay. It was my first time having ramen at a restaurant that actually specializes in ramen. I've had ramen at international restaurants before, but it was alright. My favorite part of the meal was the mochi ice cream. That was delicious. And of course, the entire time we were in Medellín, we were having lemonade, coconut lemonade, my favorite, limonada de coco, and maracuja, passion fruit. Those were our favorite drinks to have while we're in Medellín. I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. I also hope that you're inspired to visit Medellín. There's so many things to do and we have a lot more in store. So stay tuned to the rest of the Medellín, Colombia series. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Until the next one, take care.
Look to the left, look to the right now.